Hey guys, welcome to Inner Peace Tarot. So today I'm feeling guided to just kind of do a specific channeled message for whoever it's for. Okay, this is for someone who may be feeling like they have to withhold emotions right now to control a situation. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the person that you're dealing with, if this is resonating so far, is literally anxious about some kind of truth regarding their intentions coming out. And I do see these as sort of ill intentions, but what I'm hearing is self-motivated. So selfish. They had a lot to gain from whatever, they have a lot to gain from this connection. And I see that, you know, this card sort of fell out right on top of the King of Cups in reversed, which I see as you sort of withholding your emotions. And that tells me that it is the withholding of those emotions that is making this person anxious. So not so much the selfish motive itself, but more so the idea that you might have an idea of those selfish intentions. I'm thinking of that Rihanna song. Maybe it's Beyonce, I don't know, or someone's like, you're only sorry because you got caught, sort of a thing. That's the energy of this person. So whatever control or point you're trying to make by withholding your emotions, you are making that point, and very clearly. So I don't know, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I really see you not taking any sort of steps to keep this going. I'm hearing you're making your peace by putting an end to something that is just extremely imbalanced. In other words, that only serves this other person. I mean, this anxiety that this person is feeling is really just the beginning of their struggles. What is it that they were getting from this connection? It's very threatening to this person that you are making the empowered decision to end this. You know, that you're not so attached to it that it requires of them to hold up their end of the deal. It requires of them to actually put effort into this. So I don't know if this person is just really lazy, or if they like to be like needed like that. You know, with the Knight of Swords, I feel like they like to be on the move. They like to, like, you know, not follow through with shit. You know, they're kind of just trying to have fun. But with this Tower in reverse, I'm looking at this one guy. He's like reaching for more on his way out, sort of a thing. It's giving like very much on their own time, very much on their own terms, like whenever it works for them. Purely one-sided is what I'm getting. And with the crown coming off the tower, this is very much a pride thing. Like, you may be breaking this person's pride. I mean, whatever this was, where you maybe were attached to them in the past, or whatever concept of you in their mind where you would be so attached to them that they could treat you however and you would never leave, is what I'm getting. Like, I mean, that was so good for their ego. Something about the boundaries in the relationship. Yeah. It's like they... Okay, I'm hearing that they weren't taken seriously. Ooh, really chills. I see that you were very clear about what you were okay with and what you weren't. And this person just kind of, I'm hearing like, yeah, like, they heard you, they kind of like understood what that meant, but they didn't take it seriously. I'm looking at this Page of Cups with a Four of Cups. I'm seeing this like animal like sort of napping in the background, and it's kind of giving me this impression that like they thought with time like you let up on this, or that, you know, you'd get over it. I don't know. It's very hard to set boundaries. So it's, maybe this person doesn't set a lot of boundaries in their own life. And so they didn't take it seriously. I don't know. I think that when someone does set a boundary with another person, you know, odds are this person thought about what boundary needed to be set for them to be happy or for them to continue in this situation. So I don't know what wouldn't be taken seriously about that. I'm hearing a lack of experience. So yeah, this person just like doesn't actually know what it takes to set a boundary, and therefore can't respect the value of them, I guess. I'm hearing that this is not personal. So like, I mean, I don't really see you taking this personally. Although with the Eight of Swords, maybe you like wish you didn't have to take this action to like make your point. which is, you know, no action, right? You wish you could still nurture this and it be a balanced situation, but this person's just like immature, like has no can you clarify the Seven of Swords? There is some kind of regret. I don't know who. I'm kind of getting that it's on their side. I'm really, you're at a point where you don't care though. It's like, this is not something that you can nurture without depleting your energy, even if you want to, right? But why is this coming out? Why do we need to know? That this person is having regrets. I'm looking at the Seven of Swords in reversed with the Queen of Pentacles in reversed. With the Fool. Okay. They regret being selfish. They regret being like stingy with their energy, because I actually see that what you're doing to them is what they have been strategically doing to you throughout the entirety of this relationship. Especially going back and looking at this Tower in reversed again. This was inevitable from the jump. They did not come in correctly. Or if they did, they sort of, it was a front. And they're looking back and they're seeing that behavior for what it is, which was selfish behavior. It was selfishly motivated. And yeah, they regret it. This person really like behaved this way because they thought that you were so attached that you would never leave. Even though you did set boundaries. So it's, again, it really speaks for their lack of experience in holding their worth in their relationships. So it's not to judge this person, but it's definitely to sort of validate you as the querent, that like you did not, this is not personal. This is, they likely treat all the people around them in the same way. And I'm hearing that it goes without consequence. So maybe they have surrounded themselves with people who are attached to them and who do tolerate like this kind of behavior, this one-sidedness, who cater to it. But you withholding your you know, taking the responsibility of like not nurturing something that's one-sided, protecting your energy, setting a boundary, and sticking to it. Is helping them to realize that like this is not a sustainable path. Like, it's not sustainable to just kind of confidently assume that the people you build attachments, you know, that you connect with are so reliant on you that like, especially when you're not offering anything. That's what I don't get. I'm hearing that they may have lied to their friends. A front. They may be putting on a front to their friends. Something about their friends. I'm kind of getting that there are people in this person's circle who are like, who've been waiting for this to happen, who've been waiting for them to do what they do, you know, treat people in this like one-sided way, to be a taker, and to sort of get checked for it, which is what I feel like you're doing in this situation. And I see them sort of, because they're putting on this front, their friends are sort of worried that they're not getting checked, but they're getting checked. They're anxious, they're uncomfortable, and they're at least at a point of realizing that like, if they don't change this, like, it's very cocky behavior. If they don't sort of like figure out what it is that they actually want, which is not, their higher self does not want them to be needed like that, but that's what they're manifesting for themselves. There's a recognition that like that needs to change, or, you know, they're not going to find that happiness that they're looking for. They're not going to find that like Four of Wands, like peace that you're making for yourself by way of setting these boundaries. Yeah, this person doesn't have anyone. I mean, they have these friends that are like, maybe even they do have their best intention or their best interest in mind, but they're not even vulnerable enough to tell their friends how this situation is actually making them feel. Like, I'm hearing that they look in the mirror and they just see like a liar, which, you know, that's really hard and sad, but at that point, at least they know that like any changes they make will be for them. You know what I mean? Like their higher self, their ego is broken. So what's behind that? You know what I mean? I'm hearing their ego can't be satiated at this point. I mean, and the Ten of Swords flew out. It's like, they're realizing that they're betraying themselves in all of this. Cool. So we got a lot of insight on this other person, but I do want to look into sort of what this empowered decision you've made here to pull back your resources, what that's manifesting for you. Yeah. With the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Death card, and the Page of Wands. This like flighty, you know, the Knight of Wands in reverse is selfish, really not reliable, kind of a victim to their impulses. But not just impulses, like, you know, fire's like a very passionate suit, or wands. So it's like if they want something in the moment, they just go for it. You know what I mean? Like I said, like there's a childish energy here. There's a childish energy that maybe you've been dealing with a lot with the Death card. I feel like any interest in that is coming to a close. Like, this is not something that, this is not a cycle that I see you repeating, having made this empowered decision. It's just like not hot to you anymore. Like you're just like, I mean, this Page of Wands is like a very interested, sort of like, you know, not deeply invested, but you're entertaining it. You're not doing that anymore. Yeah. With the Emperor card, like, instead of being distracted, I really see you just being focused on pretty much everything that this person is not. So what you actually want, what that actually looks like. You know, it is a good thing that you experienced this and could step up for yourself and sort of communicate to the universe that like, this is not good enough for me. I'm hearing that it was heard. Okay. This is a test. So right now, that's what you're communicating. But you have to continue to choose to, when you see this come up again, to not feed that on any level, not even with this like Page of Wands energy. Like, don't even entertain it. Like, you are too good for that. It's going to slow down any manifestation of, you know, that vision that you have when you are in this empowered space of like what it is that you want. It's just, it's a distraction. It's a very distracting energy. Okay, and I'm hearing that it lowers your vibration as well. So even if, like, say you're playing the player back, sort of a thing. That might be like fun or good for your ego or whatever it is. Like, when you do that, you have to step down from your throne to talk to them, to entertain them, to, you know, whatever it is. You have to step down to speak their language. This person can't even hear you, can't even comprehend the plans that you're making, the moves that you're making when you are vibrating at your higher level. So to even be understood by this person on any level, you have to lower your vibration, even if it's a joke to you. So definitely be accountable for that. And that's why it slows down your manifestation, is because you step down, you lower your vibration. And even if you were really, really sure about it before you step down, you now have to raise your vibration to be back in alignment with whatever it is that the universe is trying to give to you. It's just a waste of time. I'm hearing it again, even if it is a joke to you, even if it is just to pass the time. And I'm hearing something about like a nicotine addiction. Guilty. It's fun, you know, it's like, it's there, it's accessible. That's what this player energy is to you at this point. But like, why? At the end of the day, like, if it's a good time, if it's whatever, like, it's self-sabotage. It is literally standing in the way of you having a good time at a higher vibrational state. I'm hearing that it's coming. You just have to be like patient. I'm hearing there are no pastimes at this point. With the Four of Swords, that's a very like meditative state. That is a contemplative state, which almost kind of gives me the impression that like that those lulls while you're waiting for your manifestation to come through are there for you to sort of go within and refine what it is that you are anticipating, to sort of visualize what your life is going to look like when that comes through. To kind of give I'm almost getting that for whoever this is for. Yeah, you're being guided to sort of actually look at what it is you've asked for at that high vibrational state and like really really imagine what that is, what that looks like longer term. And make sure that it's what you want. There's something about it that isn't totally in resonance, and maybe it's because you've grown a lot since you've asked for that thing. But yeah, I would seriously do that because, you know, we know to be very specific about the things that we're manifesting, especially if like your guides do show up for you. They're going to show up for this, but I'm getting the vibe that you're going to get it and you're going to be like, I should have tweaked this. I should have like, you know, been more specific about this. Yeah, there's something that you're settling about. There's some detail that like you can clean up. Okay. Interesting. So maybe you were doubtful about the concept of loyalty. And I'm hearing longevity when you asked for, you know, the thing that's not this player, whatever. But you've grown since then. So something about loyalty. Like trust that that is something that you can have. Trust that you can have longevity without like, I'm hearing boredom. Without that person like starting to wander, because that's player energy. You can have something that's fun, that's good, that's, you know, all these things. That sustains itself, that is long term. Something about that. So I would revisit that. Very exciting. I feel like obviously the situation kind of sucks and it's probably a little sad to watch this other person have to see themselves like this, but you're closing out a really big cycle for yourself and you're helping, you know, this person close out a very draining, childish chapter in their own life. By way of like not entertaining it. And I'm hearing that you will have opportunities to continue to do that for other people. So that tells me you're not going to not have players approach you at this point. Like, that's still an energy that's going to exist around you. But again, don't lower your vibration. Don't mess up your progress because you're getting like bored or antsy waiting for something good to come along. Like if someone speaks your language while you're up here, you're gonna know. All right, so that is what I have. One more, got one more thing. Okay. Yeah, so when you stop entertaining this thing, this player energy, we'll just call it that, whatever it is, whatever form it comes in, this flighty, victim to their impulses sort of type. When you stop entertaining that, there is someone here who is honest, good at communicating. It's King of Swords energy. You know, if you're into tarot, you kind of know what that means, but this person knows who they are, communicates it clearly, is familiar with the concept of setting boundaries. I'm hearing that they know how to make shit happen. So this person could be really good at like manifesting the exact life that they want, through being specific about their manifestations and through being, you know, upholding certain boundaries. This person does not entertain that frequency that you there may be a part of you, a small part of you that still considers like, you know, again, going over to pass the time. Smoking because it's there, sort of a thing. This person doesn't do that. When you stop doing that, this person will let their guard down and sort of they'll be able to see you more clearly as someone who isn't distracted, and they'll be more open to some kind of a collaboration. So we've got one of every suit here. I kind of feel like it'll be a different context for everyone, but I'm kind of getting like it could be a work thing. It could be like a creative pursuit. Take it as you will. It could be emotional. It could be as simple as someone who maybe has some advice for you in whatever area of life, but doesn't feel like you would even be receptive to it when they see you getting distracted by this like little shit. So look out for that. You do have very exciting things ahead. Like, I definitely see you embodying more of this energy in your own life. I mean, who doesn't want that? Like, being able to articulate what it is that you want so clearly that, like, that's what you get is exactly what you, I mean, and then some. Like, I'm seeing all this, like, fabric at this guy's feet. There's no shortage. You know, once you, like, know your worth and you stand by it. Anyway, that's very exciting. I hope that this resonated, and I'll see you guys next time.